in my lovely kitchen. You might be wondering, what is she doing in her kitchen? Is she gonna grab a knife and kill me? Yeah guys, no serial killer, murderers, nothing of that nature. But we will be utilizing a knife today to cut up and chop up some bananas because we are gonna make banana pudding! Woo! Alright, banana pudding is one of my favorite desserts. I love this stuff. My grandmother makes it, my mom makes it, and now I'm making it. And you know what? I'm gonna make it in such an easy way that you guys can make it too. Now, I will warn you, I'm pretty jank and I don't really like explain things as well. So, it's gonna be a little bit amateur type cooking show. That's okay, because this is Cooking with Kabachi, the jankest cooking show on TV. Or YouTube, whatever. So, let's get started, shall we? Come on. Alright guys, to make my version of banana pudding, the world's most delicious banana pudding of awesomeness, very few materials that you'll need, such as the spatula de scooper thingy that you fold and mix stuff with, and then a knife, which you'll need to use in order to chop up the banana, and also probably like a measuring cup or a bowl or whatever you have. We're going to be using this to mix pudding in, so it's just easier to contain everything. A medium to large size bowl, depending on how much you're making. You probably are going to want to have like a larger bowl. And lastly, you're going to want to have a dish in order to put your banana pudding in. Now, a lot of people be getting it all fancy and stuff, be like, oh no, you're going to need to have the truffle dish. No, I'm not getting that serious into it, okay? I just want a freaking trough to put my banana pudding in so I can eat it later on, okay? A pretty medium-sized glass casserole dish or a tin pan that you can pick up at the dollar store or Walmart will work just the same. I have here vanilla wafers. The best cookies to use for banana puddings, hands down. Like, don't even skimp on the ingredients because good quality ingredients will make your banana pudding taste that much better. And I don't get off-brand vanilla wafers like the ones that be like great value at Walmart because they're like $3 cheaper. No. Sacrifice the extra $3, get the vanilla wafers because you'll be thanking me about it later, okay? Approximately, probably about 6 bananas if you're making a lot, but I'm not making a lot, so I got 4 and I got some extras and backup. 2% milk, because when you make your pudding, you're going to want it to be nice, rich, and creamy. Now, for my version of banana pudding, I like it extra dense and creamy, and what makes it dense and creamy is cream cheese. I think it's good in order to give it that extra like twang to it that people be like eating it and be like, this is some good pudding. What is this? What's in this? So that's like one of the secret ingredients, if you will. A can of sweetened condensed milk, and this is gonna make it super sweet. Like, it's already sweet enough on its own, but this just adds that extra like kick of deliciousness. Regular instant 5-minute instant French vanilla pudding mix, because that's going to give you your very puddingy texture. You can use the banana cream flavored pudding, but I don't like that because it's like artificial flavored bananas, and we already have, you know, are putting real bananas in there. And lastly, Cool Whip as a topping and as a element to fluff up the main pudding mixture, because that's going to make it light and airy. It's also dense, but once we add this Cool Whip to it, it's going to make it super fluffy. First things first that I like to do before I get started with chopping up my bananas is you want to start off with your instant pudding mix. If you haven't already prepared this in advance and let it chill in the freezer or refrigerator, then I suggest you do that before you get started with cutting up your bananas and whatnot. But you know, just like the directions say on the box, it's super easy. All you're doing is adding your pudding mix into a bowl or a container and adding 2 cups milk to it. Alright, so you're stirring this up, making sure all the lumps are out of it. Then, of course, you just let that go on and set. And you can put it like in the top shelf of your refrigerator, wherever it's coldest. Grab your knife. You want to cut them into about 1 inch, almost a little bit less than 1 inch maybe, if not 1 inch. And again, it depends on how much you're making. Some people cut them thinner in order to get more off of the banana. But I like about 1 inch because when I bite into my banana pudding, I want to make sure I can actually taste the banana. It's not like little thin slivers of that essence known as banana. No, it needs to be a nice, good, meaty piece of banana. So yes, you start chopping up about 1/2 inches of these. So now we have our bananas. And the next thing we're going to do is take out our box of cookies, our vanilla wafers, and we're going to start layering them on just the first layer on the bottom side of the pan or your dish. And I just like, you know, get all in there, my children, get all in there. Yes, there you go. Yes, so once you put your cookies into the bottom of the dish, turn them over to where the rounded side is facing the bottom of your container or your dish plate. Because you want to have the flat side facing up, so when you get ready to layer and put your chunks of banana on top of them, it'll be a smoother surface and it's easier to just start going into layering it without having, you know, the round side up and your bananas falling all over the place. So that's just a little tip. Again, you know, if you're not as anal or don't really care, then just do whatever the hell you want because that's completely fine. So you just layer them in rows. It's like a little army of vanilla wafers ready to attack my stomach. Basically, this is what it's going to look like. And you start to put your bananas on top of them as such, one at a time, because they're pretty big, so they take up a whole cookie individually. So yes, and again, this is what it's going to look like once you have the first layer in. Once you have your first layer of vanilla wafers and banana slices layered and ready to go, next is the main event, the big shebang, the thing that makes a banana pudding a banana pudding. Like we did originally, we made our 5-minute instant, you know, pudding mix, and this is French vanilla. And what I always do first, before I blend everything together, is I usually incorporate my cream cheese and my sweetened condensed milk first, and I blend it with blenders because this is going to make it like chunky at first, and you want to get it blended up well enough and incorporate it into the sweetened condensed milk so it'll have a more smoother consistency when you put the pudding in there. So let's go on and put this in here. Alright, so let's move this blob of cream cheese to the center and open up our can of condensed milk.
Oh, that's creepy.
Creepy, isn't it? Yes. Now you add this to your cream cheese. You can pretty much add like probably about 1/3, if not that. But if you want it super sweet and super dense, then you just add all of it, which is what I'm going to do. Just add all of it. So yeah. And now we commence with the blending. Make sure you start off on a low level on your blender so it won't fly and go all over the place. And you want to keep blending it until it gets to a nice, smooth, lighter color. And the texture of it should be as if it's a custard or a pudding in itself. Okay. If you have a spatula or a big, you know, mixing spoon, then you can use that. But I like to use a spatula because it's easier to scrape the edges of the bowl and get all of the ingredients in there. Take your pudding and you slowly start to just fold it or dump it in there. You want to use all of it, so blenders, you just want to fold it into the cream cheese and condensed milk mixture. Because I learned that folding it makes it way more lighter. And this is what you should pretty much have, or what it should look like after you finish mixing your pudding into it. Now, the last step. I have your Cool Whip. You want to use probably about, I say half right now, half of it into the actual mixed pudding mixture, because the other half you're going to save as a topping later on once you finish putting it all together in your. And again, just like we did with the pudding, you don't want to start mixing it or stirring it like cake batter. You want to fold it into there because that's what makes it light and fluffy, and you get that nice heavenly like sensation and taste in your mouth. Slowly start to fold it into the rest of the mixture, and it's going to make it into a lighter color and a little bit looser, but that's okay because that's what we're wanting. Going around and around we go. As I like to quote SpongeBob, bring it around town. Around town. Yes. Slowly. Oh yeah. That's the stuff right there. Yes. Use your spatula or your spoon, whatever you have, and just kind of like spread it out evenly on top of the bananas and cookies. So that's our first layer. Then, just like we did with the first bottom row, you want to go back with your cookies again and just do the same thing, and you repeat this step over and over again until you get to the top of your dish. Once you have all your bananas and cookies layered on top of that layering, then you want to go on and add the next round of heaven cream. I'm just going to call this heaven cream because that's essentially what it is. It's heaven and a cream-like texture. It's so fluffy! You guys, by the time you're finished with this, you should know that you've done it right when you have about, I don't know, about 5 pounds. Like it weighs, like, oh, it's pretty hefty. What we do with the rest of these crumbled up cookies, use the end of a fork or a spoon or whatever, crunch it up. Oh no! Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Gotta go tinkle, sprinkle. Joking. And here you have it, guys. The last thing that you can do, like I said, it's optional depending on if you want to just go on and dive in and eat it right away. Cover it with some cellophane, some saran wrap, and loosely, you don't want to press down on it because then you'll get all the toppings messed up, but stick it into the refrigerator, maybe on the medium shelf, and let it chill for about an hour or two. This is Kabachi Bots. World's most delicious and amazing, heavenly, words cannot describe,
awesomeness
pudding of awesomeness. Woo! Quick and easy to make, super simple, really delicious, very fulfilling. It is heaven in your mouth, guys. So, woo!
Wow, look at that. That is delicious.
Eat me. Eat me, I beg you. I am so delicious and yummy. I want to be in your tummy. So please make me and eat me. There you have it. This has been Cooking with Kabachi. The Jenga's Cooking Show on YouTube.